Hey Leos, how y'all doing? Welcome. We are going to be taking a look at your August through September Lammas through Mabon reading here. So let's get right into your meditation. Really interesting. I saw like a scene, like a outdoor drive-in, like an outdoor movie theater, and I saw a scene from the movie La La Land with Ryan Gosling and Emma, can't remember her last name. And I saw this where there's a song. I don't know the movie like incredibly well. Emma Stone, is it? I don't know the movie incredibly well, but I saw like them dancing to that song, like "Look at the Stars," and it was very much like a. There's something about that film that feels like it harkens back to like a different time, right? And I really felt like in your meditation, I was looking at you reflecting on the past. It could have been a time when your star was shining very brightly, when things felt, incredibly hopeful and, bright and shiny and all the possibility in the world for you. Um, but it really does feel like this is a time of reflection for you and a review of the past. I feel like sometimes we get to where we're going or we get so far down a given road that we look up and we realize I like something is missing or something doesn't feel exactly like I thought it would at this point. And sometimes it's good to go back and retrace your steps and go, oh, okay, well, this is working for me. But you know what? I left behind and getting to where I am, I left behind this hobby of mine that actually really fulfills me and provides me more balance than I thought it would. Or, hey, I left behind this friendship where I really need to go back and like see how they're doing because I value their friendship, but I really haven't kept up my end of, the communication with that. It's something like that. It's about like retracing your steps. Like I see an image of someone like that trope of like walking through the forest and you leave M&Ms behind you so that you can find your way back to where you started from. There's something about retracing or looking back to the past through a lens of what actually matters to you and what do you value the most. There's something about that starry-eyed perspective that just feels like it's incredibly important to you right now. I'm almost seeing an image of it's a trope in a lot of films where it's like the person gets really, really famous. Like they come from a small town, they get really, really famous, and they're in Hollywood, and they're living this larger than life. And then they go back to their hometown, like in a Hallmark movie, and they go back to their hometown, and they find what they've been missing, like which existed back where they came from, which is like a connection to their roots and the simpler things, and they're able to reconnect with themselves and then either go back and live that larger than life lifestyle, like remembering who they were, where they came from, or they don't go back at all and they decide to reframe their life. It's something about that, Leos. There's something about retracing your steps that feels incredibly important. So within that, your animal energy for this time frame is the beaver, and this just feels so spot on and beautiful. It is a water energy here, and beaver is an interesting hybrid, and that's why I feel like it's so perfect for you, because beaver energy is about doing the work. But when we say the work, right, it's about the inner work, like the self-development work, but it's also about like Eight of Pentacles, the work that you actually do, right? Your income base, your what you actually are putting out into the world. So for that reason, it's a hybrid energy between the Eight of Pentacles and the King of Cups, right? King of Cups representing emotional balance, when your inner world reflects your outer reality, right? Because when all is well on the inside, your external world will reflect that. Or conversely, if your inner world is a place of turmoil or a lot of angst or not feeling quite settled, your external world will reflect that reality, sometimes in small ways, sometimes in bigger ways, right? So we really are looking at alignment here. But the beaver personality, look how happy that beaver looks. He's like, hey, do you want to play? And beaver energy is really about that personality type or that experience of living where we're only really able to appreciate the downtime and the leisure aspects of our life when we've put in the work, right? When we've done our work for the day. It's very much Virgo energy for me because of that. We've done the work for the day. then we can really like sit back and relax. But if we feel like we didn't get all of our work done or we were kind of, lax, we're not going to enjoy the playtime as much. It's about that work-life balance, right? So I love that that's coming in for you. Whenever Beaver comes in, it's such a friendly energy to be working with you. And the fact that we're the kind of the keyword feels like reflection and retracing your steps. And I was talking about like the M&Ms in the forest. It just feels like incredibly positive. It feels like there's something that is there for you to claim by retracing your steps in this way. So you are coming through as the 10 of Wands. So let's talk. Wands, fire energy. 10 is about the completion of a given cycle. Whew, let's talk about 10 of Wands, though. I'll tell you, like, this really feels perfect to me because it feels like these are the sticks that a beaver would use to build a dam in a river. Like, stop the flow, stop this train. I want to get off and go home again. That's the lyric I'm hearing. It's a John Mayer song. I think it's called Stop This Train. Stop this train. I want to get off and go home again. I can't take the pace. It's moving in. Something like that. It's coming to mind. So with the 10 of Wands, this often comes up for me when someone is moving home or going through a major life change, right? But this is also about the maximum amount of effort. This is Sisyphus, right? From Greek mythology, rolling that boulder up the hill only to watch it roll down again, where it's like, I literally don't know how much I can handle. I'm carrying the weight of it. I'm feeling, the extreme effort. There's no ease in my effort. It's all just effort, right? Angst in the effort. This is a lot of fatigue. This is feeling like you have a lot on, a lot of things happening at once. And there is this desire to just lay those sticks down and simplify things. That's what it feels like to me. So the fact that this is how you're coming in, I feel like this beaver is commenting on this and going, hey, we can work with these sticks. We don't have to just all throw them to the side. Let's realign them to retrace our steps and see which ones we can let go of and which ones we actually want to reclaim. Maybe we want to swap some out. Maybe we want to take a look at our workload or the work that we're doing and maybe balance it out. Maybe cut back on our hours and take some more leisure time. Or maybe we want to switch up our time that we're spending on this and use more of it towards this, right? Something about that. I'm even hearing maybe taking some time on a new project that wants to grow within you, but you don't have time because you're too busy, with other obligations. So it's about a switch up and an edit, it feels like, as well, right? So in your place of challenge, really, really fascinating here. You have the Daughter of Pentacles. This is the Page of Pentacles, right? That beautiful rainbow here. So this is about, it's earth energy, right? Pentacles, gold. This rules the realm of the home we live in, the money that we make, our physical experience, our physical reality. So the fact that it's a beautiful doe here, it's that Page of Pentacles, it's that young energy. This is an energy that comes up when there's an opportunity afoot or around us that we either can't see, can't connect with, don't have time for, don't believe in, right? Because this isn't your place of challenge, I do feel like there's something new that wants to grow within and around you. I do, but it kind of feels like I either don't have time for this, I don't know how I'd go about doing it, I don't know how I would place this in my life, or maybe it's even thoughts of like, oh, that's how would that even work? Where you're meeting an idea with resistance before it can even be fully formed, right? And it's such an interesting thing, Leos. I feel like you understand this as a fire sign, right? That sometimes when we have an idea, or even if it's not an idea, like a hope or an inspiration or a dream, right? We can really look at it as a spark, like a flame. And if we meet that flame with air and purpose and hope and energy and belief and most of all curiosity, then that flame can grow. But if we meet it with resistance in the form of that could never happen, I don't see how I'd have time for that, oh, I'm not qualified for that, or I don't know if they'd go for that, it just extinguishes it. So I feel like there's something that wants to be nurtured within and around you. And I'm really drawn to this rainbow here. I feel like it has to do with something that is incredibly aligned with your soul's purpose and why you're here. I feel like you know what this is. You know what this is if you feel it out. So in your place of advice, you have the Magician. I love that you have like a big wildcat here for my lions. So the Magician is all about manifesting your will and your will made manifest. This is about using all the tools at your disposal, right? To really click into what you're capable of And I don't want to say making it happen. I want to say allowing it to be. Allowing it to be for yourself. But this also takes a certain amount of confidence in being connected to your purpose as well, but also being singularly focused on what it is that fuels you, right? Because I'll tell you this, when you are doing work or in a relationship or living life where at least a fraction, some of your time is spent doing something that aligns with your soul purpose, even when you don't have energy, even when you feel like you've reached your maximum capacity with this 10 of wands, you will still have the energy to do that thing or spend that time with that person or whatever it is, right? It's like when we are doing something that's aligned with our soul's purpose, suddenly we have the energy to do it. We have the will to do it. We are able to go beyond our perceived limitations to do it because it's connected with why we're here, who we truly are. It feels like it's the heart of this as well. So really take notice about what really drains you. What relationships drain you, what activities drain you, what hobbies, what work aspects of your work drain you, right? Maybe it's not your work, but it's an aspect of it that maybe you can edit out and shift a little bit, or maybe you can delegate, right? I'm feeling a lot of tension, Leos. I'm feeling a lot of tension. It feels like, whoosa, I just want to kind of relax and release. And I did see a flash in your meditation of the Four of Swords, which is about really taking time to relax, go within, and rebuild, reframe that foundation within you, right? Husa is what I'm feeling like. You know, it's interesting that the Magician here is looking at your victory here, which is the Queen of Wands, the Mother of Wands. So this is really perfect because this is you in your feminine form, right? It's absolutely beautiful. The fact this is coming into your place of victory, to me, really says that you're stepping into the seat of your confidence enough to allow what is yours to be yours, right? Not everything is about going after stuff or making it happen. Sometimes it's about trusting your gut on what to say yes to and what to say no to, and trusting that what is actually yours will be there when the chips fall as they may. Don't be afraid to say no. And don't be afraid to say yes. Really click into that fiery aspect of you. You're fire as a fire sign. You really do, in my opinion, more than the other signs. That your superpower as a fire sign is that you have an inner metronome, right? You are the King of Wands. You are the Queen of Wands, right? That inner metronome within you knows exactly when to move. It knows when to be still. It knows what to say yes to, what to say no to, what time to move within. You are the time lords of the zodiac, right? As a fire sign, you are a time lord, right? Or time lady, however you identify, right? So within that, I feel like this is coming through as your place of victory to go, you know exactly what to do and when to do it. But sometimes it's really just about removing yourself from the outer stimuli, kind of retracing your steps and going, okay, when was I feeling really confident? When was I feeling my strongest? When was I feeling most balanced? Was it when my life was a bit simpler, or was it when I was really pursuing things that really mattered to me more than I am now? Use that point of reflection to fuel your present and your future, okay? Really call upon that inner metronome within you. The fact that this is a snake as well, that's really Ace of Wands energy as well. It's that inspiration, that fire, that point of purpose. But also the fact that she's like guarding over these eggs here, and it's directly across from this childlike energy of the Page of Pentacles. I feel like something new wants to be born within and around you. It feels incredibly important. Will you nurture it? Will you guard it? Will you protect it? Will you allow it to grow at its own pace? It's an invitation, right? Now your outcome is so beautiful. Your outcome here is the Three of Earth or Three of Pentacles. I absolutely love this. Look at that crow and the fairy and the fox working together, which by the way, fox, synchronicity parallel. Fox is also magician energy. So you have that coming through as well. It's really interesting. So, and crow, an aspect of crow's magician energy as well. It's a magician / high priestess hybrid crow is. So this is all about teamwork, working together. Three of Pentacles is really about understanding your own artistry, what you're here to do, your soul's purpose, and how you can leave your bit of the world, you know, with your particular blueprint, your thumbprint, your signature, right? So the fact this is coming through as victory, I feel like this is an aspect of teamwork, but I also feel like this is you working in tandem with your own team in terms of your divine team, of those around you that really, especially ancestors, I'm feeling a lot of ancestor energy with the apple, that want to guide you and awaken you to the divine inspiration that is available, right? What I mean by divine inspiration is when we allow ourselves to key into divine inspiration, then we're able to know exactly what steps to take and what timing. I can't tell you the number of times that I've made decisions based, like, in terms of timing, on when to respond to something, on when to look into something, of when to go on vacation, of when to put in my notice at work. How many times I've made decisions like that, not keying into divine inspiration on my ego, and it's not gone well, versus times where I really sat in meditation with myself and said, okay, give me a sign when it's time to do this. Give me a nudge when it's time to do this. And when I do that and I listen to that and I really key into that, things turn out for me so much better than they do otherwise, because I'm going to share something with you. And I feel like that's you for the outcome, right? Share something with you that a teacher of mine once explained, our guides and their relationship to being able to see what lies ahead for us. So imagine that you're on a freeway, right? And you're in a car driving down the freeway, and the freeway is your path and what's coming up for you in your life. Now, right in front of you is a large truck, right? That you can't see around. So you're in a little compact car driving down the freeway behind a large Mack truck that you can't see around. Your guides, your angels, your ancestors, your team, whatever that is for you, your animal guides, they are in the Mack truck and you are behind them in the car. So you have a sense of what's coming. You can stick your head out the side of the window and get glimpses, but they can see further and ahead than what you can see. They can see a roadblock coming up down the road and go, okay, we're going to put the brakes on, wait here for a minute. Versus if you're trying to go ahead, you can't see the roadblock. And so you're going to be delayed unless you just trust and wait behind the Mack truck that is their vision and wait for them to signal you forward. Wait for them to tell you to move before you move. There's something about that coming through for you. And I found that to be a really, really, really apt way of looking at, why it's important to key into that divine inspiration, divine timing. I'm here to tell you it makes a huge difference in your life if you're willing to do that. It's really about setting aside the ego and being willing to a lot of people have an issue with the word surrender, but if you're being willing to let go of your personal timing and ways you think things should be done, trust me, there's a better way and more information available to you if you just ask for it and you're open to it. It's divine inspiration is what it is. That's the key, especially with this thing that wants to grow and gestate. There's something around that too, divine inspiration. There's an opportunity here if you're willing to make some room for it. Put down some of these wands or trade them in. So your oracle for Lammas season, which is the month of August, is sunflower, which is so perfect because as a Leo, you're the sun key, and you are the sunflowers. This is so perfect for you here. Number 38, follow your bliss and watch as the things that are meant for you come home to you. Interesting. That aspect of home. Follow your bliss and watch as the things that are meant for you come home to you. So this really speaks about stepping into your confidence and doing what you want to do outside of anyone else's expectations of you. If you want to work in a given field, then that's what you do. If you want to be a stay-at-home parent, be a stay-at-home parent if that's what's going to fuel your soul. This is about stepping outside of anyone's ideas or preconceived notions or even the ones you have around yourself or what you, quote, should be doing, and allowing yourself to really align with what really gives your soul that warm glow of the sun, right? Follow your bliss. That's it right there. That's this Page of Pentacles and this Mother of Wands and this Magician energy. Follow your bliss and watch as the things that are meant for you come home to you. Remember how I said it was about retracing your steps home again? There's something about that for you. Really, really beautiful. So your Mabon oracle, beautiful, pomegranate, number 29. Dare to taste the unknown. Let it seduce your spirit awake. I'm so obsessed with this for you. Dare to taste the unknown. Let it seduce your spirit awake. We've got an apple core there as well with that repeated apple imagery, which is a symbol of abundance and sacred knowledge as well, by the way. So And the fact that we're talking about, we have this eye here, we have the moth energy here, which is a symbol of transformation and psychic connection. Let it seduce your spirit awake. I really feel like this is talking about that divine inspiration and really keying into the wisdom that you have within and around you and allowing yourself to look at something differently or do something differently. I feel like we're looking at, the underworld here with Hades and Persephone with the pomegranate seeds. Are you willing to, we've got kind of opposite ends here with the underground and the above ground with the sun here. I really feel like the dare to taste the unknown. And what do you really want to do? Who are you? If you had all the time and money and health and everything in the world, how would you spend your time? Who would you spend it with? That's what this is asking you. And then remember how short life really is. And then consider how you're spending it. Maybe that will help you reframe some of these 10 of Wands that you're carrying. It's really beautiful, Leo. It does feel incredibly important. You have one major arcana here in terms of the Magician. So I would say all the minors you can always work with, right? But Magician energy, major energy, that is a bit set in stone. So I feel like this is a very powerful, moment for you where you can really make a choice and really change your path into something that is bigger and better and more fulfilling is the thing. It's about your own fulfillment and your own potential than you can possibly imagine. So do the work. Do the inner work. Look at the work that you do. Think about how you're leaving the world better than how you found it. Think about your relationships, what really matters to you, right? If you knew for sure, which it is, that your time on earth is limited, how would you spend it and with whom would you spend it? What is your legacy? These are the big questions that are coming up for you during this season. It's really, really beautiful, Leo, because I feel like we're looking at your living legacy. And I don't think there's anything more important than that, right? Really, really beautiful. So that being said, Leos, thank you so, so much for being here. Please let me know what's going on in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know how you're doing. Please hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. And also, I do have some personal readings that are available through my website. That'll be listed in the description box. I have a few different options. They're only going to be up for a limited amount of time, and then they'll go away again. And I'm trying to offer them a little bit more regularly, but anyway, if you're interested in a reading and what appeals to you, you can book in through my website. And with that being said, just thank you again so much for being here. And as always, and most of all, thank you for being you. And be well. Until next time.